King Frederik and Queen Mary of Denmark, during their official summer tour, tried in every possible way to conceal the true situation they found themselves in. Since Frederik of Denmark became king in January this year after Queen Margrethe's abdication, his eldest son, Prince Christian, has become the heir, with all the responsibilities that come with it. He is 18 years old, and despite his increased duties, he remains a teenager who, as such, tries to enjoy his free time with friends. However, his behavior has sparked some controversy in Denmark, where it is expected that the heir should behave more reservedly and not draw attention with his antics and parties. This, by the way, reminds many of his father's wild youth. This could become a serious problem. These words belong to Jacob Steen Olsen, a journalist who regularly covers news related to the royal family. His remarks concern Prince Christian of Denmark. King Frederik and Queen Mary of Denmark, who have just returned from their first summer tour since ascending the throne, remain silent and try to hide their emotions. But they are not very successful at it. Despite the smiles and displays of mutual affection, there is a palpable tension around the monarchs. Something has been troubling them for a long time, and it is not just related to their personal situation. The controversial situations involving their son have started to affect them. And all of this is happening in the summer, when public attention is focused on the high-profile case of Marius Borg, son of Princess Mette-Marit. What is happening with Christian? Something similar has happened before in the Danish monarchy. Prince Christian enjoys parties a lot. Often, photos of Frederik and Mary's eldest son in clubs and discos leak to the media. These images are reproduced in the press, once again drawing attention to the behavior of the future King of Denmark. Several years ago, the eldest son of King Frederik and Queen Mary of Denmark found himself in the spotlight when a video shot at an exclusive club at a ski resort surfaced online. This clip caused a major stir in Denmark, and the royal family had to issue a statement saying that it was merely a form of communication among young people that shouldn't be given much importance. However, despite these controversial situations, the behavior of the prince, now the heir, has not changed much. This summer, new photos of the eldest son of King Frederik and Queen Mary of Denmark were published, showing him at several parties, including a school graduation celebration, where he was seen in a very cheerful mood. The situation has not only not been controlled in recent times, but it has worsened. This is not the first time Christian has been out for night parties. There is nothing strange about this, considering that he is a young man who behaves like a typical representative of his age group. In fact, his graduation party, unlike similar events for other European heirs, was marked by dancing, music, and drinks. Since this was a special occasion, attempts were made to justify his behavior. Since then, photos of Prince Christian have repeatedly surfaced in the press, to such an extent that Danish media are now expressing some concern about the reputation of the king's son. Many also recall the past of the current King Frederik. Queen Margrethe's son was known for his difficulties. Parties, girls, his past was very different from what any royal family should exemplify. He was nicknamed the Turbo Prince for his love of speed, but also for the quickness with which he won over women's hearts. Many see Christian as a living reflection of his father. A problematic legacy that the Danish royal family is trying to mitigate in every possible way. In the eyes of all, the prince is a responsible and diligent young man who strives to get an education for his important future. However, his photos tell a different story. In August, Frederik and Mary of Denmark embarked on their first summer tour as king and queen. This is a tradition of the Danish monarchy that they continue with dedication. It is also a moment when many citizens can see the monarch and his consort for the first time. There has been considerable criticism directed at Frederik for his sparse schedule since becoming king, and for the royal family's lack of work. However, they are gradually trying to address this. It is no coincidence that concern over the heir's behavior has arisen at a time when the dust has not yet settled around the Marius board case. The problem is that his image could become associated with constant partying. This can happen very quickly, especially if he is only seen in such a context and not at official events, notes an expert. Currently, the prince has almost no official events, so he is rarely seen in public appearances. It would be very helpful if the king and queen considered increasing the heir's public presence so that his party-going image could be countered by showing his serious and responsible side. It is especially important to remember that Christian is the future of the institution. Dear viewers, in all our lives, there are moments when our actions can significantly impact our future. The example of the Danish royal family shows how important it is not only to be mindful of our actions but also to seek support from those close to us, especially when great expectations and responsibility are at stake. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Prince Christian will be able to fulfill the role placed upon him? And what is your opinion on how the royal family should support their heir? We eagerly await your opinions.